Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a Saturday night Nervous Chat. Tonight is the second in our Back Chat series, or my Back Chat series, our Back Chat series. I like to think we're all part owners of what goes on here with the little community that's grown up around the show. Special reason tonight that I'm bringing you a show is that the lovely couple from Longhorn Coasters, who are my guests tonight, obviously with time differentials between the UK and the US, it's much easier and it makes it a much nicer time to accommodate the time differences and do a weekend show. So thank you everybody that's come to join us on a Saturday night. I appreciate all of your company, and with I just say a few hellos before we bring in the guests. Good evening to, wow, this live chat's already gone crazy. Even before I roll the credits, it starts going off. Good evening to Adam from Rand's Adventures. Good evening to Nick and Claire, Walking in the Woods. James, my top notch moderator. Good evening, Dave, Dave's Adventures. Esther, lovely to see you again. Kaz, fantastic, lovely to see you too. I was just watching your crafting live. Great. I'm not a craft person, and I totally appreciate anybody that can do that kind of thing. I'm just going to have a quick look through, see who else, make sure I've not missed anybody. Good evening, Oscar's Airtime. Lindsay, yay, Lindsay's in the, even though she hates the host, apparently. I saw in a live last night. I'll be talking to you about that one tomorrow, Lindsay. Good evening, Jameer from Park Visions. Oliver's here from Oliver's Shorts and More. Just going to flick through. I think I've got everybody before I bring in the guests. Sam Coaster Tog, yay, he's in the studio. Fantastic. Good evening, Sam. Right, I think I've welcomed everybody. So, without further ado, let me bring in the guests. As I said, Longhorn Coasters is the channel name. Dylan and Peyton are the lovely couple that are responsible for Longhorn Coasters. And tonight, guys, what a show. We are coming live from Universal Islands of Adventure. I mean, what more could you want from a live chat show than guests who are going to make us all feel jealous in the UK, in sunny Florida. So without further ado, let me bring them into the stream. Let's welcome Dylan and Peyton. Good evening, guys.
Hello.
Or good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, we're good. Although, as I said earlier, very jealous about that sunshine already.
I know, it was really hard to resist when we saw the weather this morning. So this is where we ended up, and we're super excited about it.
Yeah, living up to being the Sunshine State.
Yeah, absolutely. I must admit, obviously, I'm excited about every show anyway. And then when you said to me, oh, actually, we might be at Universal, and I just thought, whoa, how amazing would that be to do a live from Universal Islands of Adventure? I mean, that's just crazy. Is it busy there today?
It's definitely busy. We haven't gotten a chance to ride anything yet, but the crowds are definitely insane. Parking was worse than usual, but it's the start of spring break for the area around here. So
right, okay.
All the kids, this is their first weekend of spring break, so it's nuts.
Yeah, I can imagine. It'll be like next weekend for us. It'll be the first weekend that the parks are open, and Alton Towers is the main one that's open, and Blackpool Pleasure Beach, of course. And we already know it's going to be absolutely crazy. Everyone's excited, kids and adults alike. There's a new ride opening at Alton Towers as well. So obviously that's generated a load of excitement from enthusiasts. So it's going to be a bit crazy, but it'll be nice just to get back to the parks, as I'm sure you appreciate after a winter break.
I mean, actually, luckily with Florida, they stay open year round, but my hometown, the park is still closed. They haven't opened. They got, I think, 40 more days because Chicago just stays that cold.
Right. What's the I've got to ask, what's the coaster in the background there?
That's home. So we found like a shady spot that's pretty close to home. And then I know if we want to, we can take out for just like a walk around and see all the coasters and stuff.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I mean, just to have that in the background is just, and the fact that it's just there for you, when you finished up tonight, you can just go and walk over and do Hulk. I mean, that's just amazing, isn't it? So obviously we had our first chat back in October, and we did I think we pretty much did an episode about Halloween, didn't we? That was our sort of focus at the time, and obviously even from that day onwards, I knew that we would get you back because there was so much more that we needed to talk about, and obviously now we've got where you've been and what you've done since then. Obviously the most obvious thing for me is a change of logo. Loving the new logo, absolutely love it, guys. It's so clean and crisp. It's beautiful.
Shout out to my friend from high school, my friend Ross. He actually took an idea that we had in our heads that we can't execute, and he did an amazing job of it.
Fantastic. There's a guy over in the UK actually who he designed my logo. He also designed James Coaster Chicken's logo, and I think he may have done some others as well. For the Theming is his Instagram account name. Great guy, always willing to help people out. Talks like he'll listen to your ideas and then put them into practice, because I'm not a technically minded person by any shout, and I'm not good with computers particularly, and graphics and all that kind of thing. So to have somebody like that is just is absolutely amazing, isn't it? And it's so nice that people do these things for us.
Yeah, and it's one of those things too, because we had just seen him recently because we had gone on a trip to New York, and then we were home for a quick moment, so he saw us both times while we were both, because he lives in New York, but happened to be home at the same time we were home. And so after just kind of talking to him and his artwork and where he was outfit, I was just like, I gotta ask him.
Yeah. If you don't ask, you don't get. That's what my mum always used to say.
That's been my motto too.
Yeah, well, it's absolutely true. I think it's very much true as well when you're trying to organise guests for a show like this. I've approached many people, and some people say to me, but how do you talk? How do you ask these people? Well, if you don't ask, you don't get. What can they say? What's the worst that they can say? No. All right, that's fine. I'll ask somebody else. Everyone, is busy, and some people can do it and want to do it. Some people don't want to do it, but if you don't ask, you don't get. So obviously we've had a logo change. Is there anything else that's changed about Longhorn Coasters?
More so just like the focus.
Absolutely, yeah. We had a lot with our personal lives, having to focus on work for a time, so we took a bit of a hiatus. But we are back and excited to bring better content than ever. And we actually have a bit of a backlog of some content from last year as well that will be coming out in times that sort of make sense with things currently going on. And just really excited.
Yeah, like for instance, we have like a little bit of Halloween stuff that we never aired. So this year around Halloween, we'll put it out there so people can kind of see what we did last year in preparation for this year. But the biggest thing too is that a lot of what we did, it was for fun, and it still is for fun. But there wasn't any like plan or guidance to it, so it left it open for that kind of like, oh yeah, we filmed something. Cool, now what? And so we fell into kind of that, especially with the distractions of being busy with work. So now that we've kind of put a new mindset on it and kind of put a plan out, it's made things a lot better.
Yeah, I think it's quite difficult with YouTube. I mean, I certainly have noticed that even in the closed season to find that balance, isn't it, between personal life and YouTube, because unfortunately YouTube can consume you. And I know people who have had struggles recently with that, feeling that they've just got to keep making more and more and more content, and then things happening in your personal life, which means you have to step back, and you sort of feel a bit bad about that, because you're then worrying, well, if I've stepped back and I'm not producing content? Am I losing subscribers? Am I losing, you know, traction for the channel? And you know, it's so difficult, isn't it, finding that balance?
And honestly, we did lose some subscribers, and that's fine. You know, we'll get them back. We'll just being active again and putting out what we do, and we'll gain people that are in for the long haul. That's fine.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you know, as you say, I think a logo gives you a good opportunity, doesn't it, to refocus and rebrand and show that, you know, right, here we are, we've freshened everything up, we're ready to go, we're still who we were, but we're also these people now. You know, and I think that's that can really, you know, strike a chord with viewers, can't it? And with, you know, with YouTube as well, that you're showing that you're growing and changing with the times, and you know, and as you say, there's lots of things happening in the theme park industry all over the world, really. You know, obviously we've got some very exciting times in the UK at the moment, probably the most exciting it's been for years, where we seem to have roller coasters popping up all over the place. I know one in particular that you're quite excited about is the Jumanji World, because we had a bit of a discussion about that.
Jumanji's one of my favorite movies. Like,
I love the original Jumanji movie. I'm a big Robin Williams fan. Love his stuff, and yeah, and the original film for me was just absolutely brilliant. And it's yeah, to have a themed area now in a UK park dedicated to that, you know, is just going to be insane. And I've already got my tickets for opening day booked.
Right.
I'll be there vlogging it. I wish I could get you guys over. That would be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome.
Jumanji World is such a good idea. Just like, it's kind of like a jungle or something.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It fits in with Chessington's theme, or overall theme, which is animals and wild, and you know, so to have Jumanji World does fit in quite well. And obviously it's a very big franchise. You know, it's obviously with Dwayne Johnson reviving the franchise in more recent years with sequels, and you know, and I think, yeah, I think it'll do well, and it'll you know, it will only enhance Chessington's offering, and will certainly drive the park to be, you know, the best possibly family park in the UK, which is you know, which is absolutely fantastic, because it's only a 30-minute drive from me, so, and I do love the park anyway, so that's absolutely fantastic. So while we're talking about well, while we're talking about developments and obviously Universal, I'm just going to play a little video, and I'm going to ask you about your opinion on something.
Okay.
So guys, we all know that Universal have recently had a bit of a rebrand themselves. I've got a little VT that they released, obviously showing that they've changed from parks and resorts to destinations and experiences. And I thought, as Dylan and Peyton, you know, Universal is your home park essentially, isn't it? How do you feel about that rebrand? Do you think it's going to have a significant impact on Universal?
I don't necessarily feel impacted, but it makes sense, especially now that they're opening the family-friendly park in Dallas and then the 8 to 10 year-round park in Vegas. I think the fact that they're branching out to other parts of the US makes that destinations and experiences make more sense. I don't know if it's going to impact what happens. I don't think a name change is going to make everyone go, oh, I've never heard of Universal before. Like, it's not, I don't think it's going to take much.
I agree. I think Universal has plans to just continue to expand their markets, and they want their name and brand to be reflective of that. But I don't think it's going to affect what is already continuing to do so well, like their core theme park and resort experiences.
I think one thing though too with the experiences, and with Epic Universe also opening in 2 years, I think they're trying to almost match the level of like immersiveness that Disney has with it. So with Epic Universe opening, I think they're trying to do this rebranding now so that everyone gets it in their head and it's not just a theme park, it's an experience, and that's something that Universal fit with already get here in Harry Potter.
because they're not just theme parks, are they? As you know, they are experiences. That the theming is insane. They do lots of events and shows, and you know, as you say, you know, it's not unfair to compare them to Disney with the package that they offer. So yeah, for me, I thought actually that title, that rebrand makes a lot of sense, because you know, you look at parks and resorts and you think theme park, hotel, and that's what you think. When you see destinations and experiences, there isn't anything specifically that comes to mind. It's more of a curiosity then, isn't it? As a, oh, well, I wonder what that is all about then. And I think, you know, I like the rebrand. I think it's a good idea. You know, and I think freshening anything, as you guys have done with your logo, as I've done with my logo, you know, keep things fresh, keep things attractive, you know, is always a good thing.
Have you seen the individual park logos?
Yeah.
Yeah, because those ones are the ones where I'm kind of like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I did also notice. I don't know. Have you recently invested in a new camera or changed the way that you film POVs? Because obviously, I've got another clip here. Just bear with me.
Yeah.
And I think this was
Wow, look at the Tampa over there. It's a smooth turnaround before the drop. Well, it's delivered. Oh boy.
I love this part.
I love that video. I absolutely love it. Your faces are just amazing, and obviously that, I mean, that's Shaker, isn't it? And that's just an amazing ride. It's one of many rides in the States I'd love to do. But I did also see another video that was a comparison of a previous POV you'd done on GWAZI, I think it was, and then a remake that you'd done, and comparing the sort of the quality and there was, you know, there was a very obvious difference in that, and I wondered whether it was a new camera or whether it was just a different filming technique you were using.
I will let Dylan take the hit on that one because he does all the POV. I just clip it and upload it.
Yes, so to answer that, we are using the same camera and mounts that we've always used. We have a wrist mount for the GoPro, which allows us to film both forward-facing POV point of views and also reverse point of views like the secret video that you played earlier. And the only thing that's changed is just been practice. Not only practice, but also with the camera, but experience on the ride itself. So the first time we used the GoPro was actually our very first time on GWAZI as well. And so that combination of using a new camera and being on a new ride, my arms were all over the place. I didn't know how to control the view that I was looking at. And so it ended up being a bit of a wild ride, which a lot of our viewers enjoyed because it feels authentic. But I wanted to bring another point of view where you're actually able to see exactly the layout of the track and what's coming next. And so that was just a result of practice and more experience with the ride and with using the camera.
Yeah, and playing around with the settings since I think we pushed more buttons on it recently to actually get it to be the right frame rate and the right quality. So while it looks like it's a new camera, it's just us using it better.
Yeah. We all get better with experience, don't we? And we learn as we go along. I mean, you know, I look back now at the very early episodes of my show when I was using a tablet, you know, and a gaming headset, and you guys probably remember what it used to look like, and you know, and now I've got a PC and a microphone, and you know, and but it's like you say, we learn and we develop and we evolve. Otherwise, we stagnate, and I don't think you can afford to do that with YouTube, can you? You've got to keep pushing on, and you know, and challenging yourself as much as anything else.
Yeah, most of the new stuff we've gotten has been like accessories for the GoPro, or like in this case, we got a tripod for today, so now we have a tripod for our phone that we can use to even just take pictures of ourselves better and stuff like that.
That sounds quite vain, doesn't it? We can take better pictures of ourselves.
I mean, we've been very terrible about taking photos. Like, we can take great ones of like the coasters and the things we're doing. They'll stop and be like, oh, we should upload us. And I'm like scrolling through my phone. I'm like, we literally take no photos of ourselves. So
You know,
it's a struggle.
yeah. I took part in a live game show Thursday night,
Yeah.
and they wanted to make a thumbnail. And they said to me, "Oh, can you send us a picture of yourself?" And like you, I was scrolling through my phone, and I couldn't find any pictures of me. You know, and I just thought, I never take photos of me. I only ever take photos of other people and roller coasters. You know, I don't really. I'm not a selfie person. I don't particularly like the way I look in photos, so I tend to avoid. You know, obviously I vlog. That's a bit different, but actual photographs of myself, I don't really like particularly. But yeah, and so when people ask you for photos, or when you, as you say, you want to upload something of yourselves to say, you know, this is us, you're like, oh, but we don't have anything.
Yep. And sometimes I'll just go to even archives. I'm like, all right, something from last year. Here we go. But it's something, and you see our faces for once. Because that's one thing too. I think with the brand, I want to show more coasters, but I don't want to forget who we are and what we do. And the fact that it's not just, you know, coaster movies. It's us having fun in the parks. And if I just post coasters all day long, we're gonna forget about us.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And but I mean, that's also a good thing about doing, you know, coming on to shows like this as well. You know, and one of the things I love is it gives creators a chance to show their faces and show people who they are. You know, and I think that's important. People like that human element, don't they? They like to know who people are, as well as, you know, so I think, you know, doing shows, you know, like this one and others that, you know, there's lots of them out there, is good for that, as much as the selfies.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yes, yeah. I just can't get over Hulk in the background. Sorry, I'm absolutely gobsmacked, and I think everybody else is going to be as well. You know, that it's like it's just amazing.
I was being like, it would be crazy, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be crazy, and then he didn't say it was crazy, and then you didn't say it was crazy, and I was like, maybe that's what we do.
Yeah. It just
You know,
makes sense.
I think the reason I've never suggested it to any other guests is because, sadly, in the UK, obviously I stream at 8 o'clock on a Monday, and no parks are open at 8 o'clock on a Monday in the UK.
Yeah.
Even in the height of summer, they're not going to be open. So
How do you get night rides?
That's a good point. Yeah, what about night rides?
We don't.
Unfortunate. You don't?
Halloween
Oh
is the
God.
only time we get night rides, really.
I love night rides. That's tragic.
Or it's sometimes in the very sort of towards the very end of the season. You know, you got Halloween fireworks, and then there might be a little bit more of a season left. Then you might catch some night rides doing it that way. But the parks never open for night rides, and it's one of the biggest failings of UK parks, in my opinion, because, you know, we love night rides. Night rides are amazing, and you see coasters in a completely different light, or dark, as the case may be. You know, and I always remember, I did Fright Nights at Thorpe Park last year, and one of my favourite coasters in the UK is the Swarm. It's a B&M winged coaster. You know, it's a nice coaster, nothing amazing intensity-wise, but it's lovely. In the dark, it was just a different ride. It was amazing. You know, I mean, I love it anyway, but this was another level, and the view from the top of the lift hill was just outstanding. You know, but the number of people that actually get to experience that is obviously limited to those who can make it during that very short Halloween season. But for whatever reason, Merlin and you know, and many of the other parks just don't seem to want to do late rides. I don't know why.
It's always really sad because I barely look at the time our closes when I show up, but it's midday because we live so close. And I'm like, I just want to go. And I'll show up, and sometimes they'll be like, yeah, we close at 6 because there's a private event. And I'm like, that means I don't even get a dusk ride with the sunset, because sunset rides are really nice too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and some of the trains were even like designed to make the experience different at night. So Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure has headlights on the motorcycle, so when it's nighttime, you actually have a headlight guiding the track in front of you, which is really cool.
Yeah, I
Someone in the
imagine. Yeah.
comments just asked for off-road footage of velocicoaster. It was like, that could happen today.
Well, and the thing is, our coasters have got lights already on them, which
They still use them.
which only get used during that Halloween season, which is, and it's such a shame. Swarm, I didn't know that there were so many lights on the train. And they kind of just fitted them for Halloween. They must have always been there, but they're never switched on. You never see them. And so it was, yeah, as you say, it's nice to see that other part of it, isn't it, as well? And and see that. I am going to get you, if it's okay, in a minute to maybe give us a little tour around the area that you're currently stood in. If you want a minute to mobilize yourselves, I've got a little VT promo I want to play for a quiz coming up with one of my fellow channels. So if I give you a minute or two, I'll run that little VT. It's only about 30 seconds or so, and then obviously, but take your time when you guys are ready. We're just all in awe. We want to see more of the Hulk, and whatever else is around, because we're all just so jealous.
Absolutely.
So just bear with me. I'll run that VT.
It's a great lineup.
I'm just going to run that VT. If you just bear me 1 second, and we'll see you in a second.
Come and join us over at Walking with the Woods on Saturday night, April the 1st, 8 p.m. UK time, as Nick and Claire look back at those club bangers, chart hits, movie soundtracks and TV themes when we play our next quiz, the music of the Double O's. That's April 1st, 8 p.m. on YouTube.
Another great quiz there coming up from my friends Nick and Claire, Walking with the Woods channel. April the 1st, music from the noughties. So join us. I'm hoping to be back from Thorpe Park for that quiz. So the link for the quiz is in the description, underneath all the socials for both myself and Longhorn Coasters. Are we mobile, guys, or do you want a bit more time? I don't mind.
Great, so we can show not only our faces, but a beautiful park.
It's stunning. Look at that beautiful coaster. How stunning is that? I mean, I believe, Lindsay, it is Mardi Gras at the moment. Yes, Longhorn Coasters released a video earlier this week about the start of Mardi Gras in the States, and obviously it's the start of spring break as well.
Yeah, we were fortunate enough to be able to reserve a spot to be on the Mardi Gras float parade, and it was a blast. If you ever have a chance to come to Universal Studios during Mardi Gras, it is a must-do experience.
I have also added the link for your Mardi Gras video to the description of tonight's video, so that people can drool over that too.
Thanks, Darren.
Evening, Rob and Lauren. Sorry, from Thompson Life. It's okay. Don't worry about being late. It's nice of you to join us. That's just been. And evening, Chloe. Thanks for joining. I think people are going to start turning off my live soon, because they're just getting so jealous of what you guys have got there. But it's beautiful. I mean, yeah, I'd love to come. Right by the entrance, so it's not too far. You can
but if you guys want to see velocicoaster, you think going this way would be better.
Yeah, let's
Right.
walk to Seuss, and then from the lagoon in front of Seuss, I think we'll be able to see velocicoaster.
That's awesome, guys. That's fantastic. Thank you so much.
Of course. That's kind of what I was like, you know what? We can do the park, coaster.
Hurry, Lindsay. We're about to go over to velocicoaster. You don't want to miss that. Get your hair dye washed out quick. Well, guys, this is a real treat, and I'm so grateful to Longhorn Coasters, to Dylan and to Peyton for giving us this little treat on a Saturday night. I mean, what an amazing walkthrough we're getting of Universal Islands of Adventure. I mean, how stunning is that? You know, it almost makes me want to sell up everything, including the kids, and get over there.
Well, I don't blame you. We love coming to Islands of Adventure. The pair of Intamin rides, Velocicoaster and Hagrid's, are my two favorite rides at the park. I could just ride those two rides all day long.
Yeah.
And then
So, excuse my ignorance, but is Zeus Landing based around Dr. Zeus then?
it is.
Yeah.
None other
I
than-
grew up with the Dr. Seuss books. Green Eggs and Ham was my
Wow.
there it is. Yay,
There it is.
Green Eggs and Ham.
Our favorite food stand at Dr. Seuss Landing.
Do they actually serve green eggs and ham?
They sure do.
Oh wow, that's just awesome.
Yeah, it's scrambled eggs with spinach on top of tater tots. That's simple.
Wow.
Big fan of it.
They also have poo hash, and they even serve it in a souvenir can that you can take home with you.
So this was another spot we thought about sitting, but the music of Dr. Seuss was trying to get us sometimes.
Yeah,
Let's have
it's a little
play
repetitive.
around. I think what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to...
Oh, and there goes Velocicoaster. You can even zoom in.
There we go. What I'm trying to do. There we go, guys. People have been requesting. They don't want to see my face anymore. They're just going to see your...
I'm so sorry.
I mean, it's
I'm not offended,
Velocicoaster.
Dave, honestly.
Right.
Wow.
Do you think maybe one more? No, you're actually in a good spot here. Yeah, the operations are insanely good at Universal Orlando. Like, as soon as one train finishes the course, another train is already running.
Yeah, you see, we're nowhere near that. We are probably awful operations in the UK.
They run at least 3 trains, sometimes even 4 on Velocicoaster.
Wow. That is absolutely insane, isn't it? To just keep that, you know, that flow and just, yeah. Wow. Oliver, thanks for joining us tonight. Dylan and Peyton, just quickly, what is your number one coaster?
Oh. And mine is Iron GWAZI at Busch Gardens, Tampa.
There we go, Oliver. I hope you got that one. I'm sorry I missed I didn't get you the question in earlier, but thank you for joining us tonight, and hopefully see you again soon. That theming is just out of this world, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing what they're able to bring to parks at such a great value by using an existing rides structure to create a fully new ride.
Yeah. That is insane, isn't it? It's just...
So we are entering the Lost Continent.
Wow.
Which it's mainly a way for us to get to either Velocicoaster or Hagrid's. Still a wonderfully themed area.
Yeah.
Mythos is our favorite theme park restaurant, at least at Universal Orlando. has great seafood options, in addition to some different pasta options as well.
Okay.
Really cool dining experience, and you're able to see Velocicoaster and the Hope from the dining area.
Wow. I must admit, one of my best park dining experiences was actually at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. There's a diner, I can't remember what it's called. Steve or James will probably be able to tell me, or Sam even, Coaster Tog. And we sat there and we ate our lunch as we were watching Icon, and literally Icon just goes right past you as you're sitting there, and it was just amazing. Oh, it's actually called Coasters. There we go. Thank you, guys.
No worries.
I'm sure it's not a patch on anything at Universal, but it was a very nice chicken baguette. That's all I'll say.
Sounds tasty.
So
Is that Wizarding World you're walking through now?
no, we're still behind the Mythos restaurant,
Right.
but it's really close to Wizarding World.
Yes, you might be able to see a bit of the actual Hogwarts Castle over just past Velocicoaster.
I think I can. There's like 3 points in the very distance there, isn't there?
That's it.
Just behind the track. Yeah, I can see that.
But we come here for this view.
The
That-
Moses
I mean, that's-
will.
Wow, look at that. I mean, that's just unbelievable.
It's one of the best views of the park.
I can see why you like eating there. Even if the food was rubbish, the view more than makes up for it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. The feast with your eyes is enough alone.
Absolutely. That's just, yeah, that is. Sam Coaster Tog is saying that he just wouldn't leave.
It helps too, though. The Mythos does actually have some of the best food.
Yeah. It's a perfect combination, you know, a feast for the eyes and a feast for the stomach. I mean, what more could you want?
Yep, and then over here you can see and you get Dr. Doom as well.
Yeah. It's just insane, isn't it?
Hope's train op's been a little off though today.
For Hope, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not keeping up with Velocicoaster, but that's a hard task.
Let's see if
It's
we get
just,
a whole lot.
as I said, I think I just need to sell everything up and just come over. So if anybody wants to buy a couple of kids, 7 and 2, you know, they're very well behaved. They're one's toilet trained, the other one's in nappies or diapers. I am only joking, guys. I am only joking. But yeah, it's. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you for sharing it on your Instagram. That's really kind of you. But no, I need to get over there. I absolutely need to get the family over there. I think we'd absolutely love it.
Here comes Hope. But you guys would. I feel like doing a whole here at Disney, family would like go insane.
Yeah,
And don't leave SeaWorld out. They've got great coasters as well,
Yeah.
especially with Pipeline opening up. I'm super excited for that one.
yeah. That's the surfing coaster, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It'll be SeaWorld Orlando's 4th B&M coaster. So just a match made in heaven.
Yeah. Merlin in the UK has a bit of a love affair with B&M. They love a B&M. Obviously we've got the world's first dive coaster, which was manufactured by B&M. You've got the Swarm, which was a B&M wing coaster. Nemesis, of course, you know, the world beating in its heyday, it certainly is a B&M. You know, they do have quite a love affair, and of course the Mandrill Mayhem coaster in the new Jumanji World at Chasington is also a B&M.
It's like your own little SeaWorld B&M.
Yeah.
Paradise.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
Yeah, we
Look, it's down right now.
This has been a long time.
I've heard 3 Velocity go by.
Is this Trainless Tuesday? What's going on?
yeah. I must admit, yeah, I haven't seen a train on Hulk. When you were round by it, they were going round really regularly, but ever since you've come round, they appear to have technical difficulties.
Yeah, let's watch
probably.
vlog. Okay, yeah, let's go to Hogsmeade.
The only downside to coming back this way is if there is only
Yeah. I don't think anybody's going to mind having a second look at that beautiful view as you walk past. Please don't feel you need to apologize in any way, shape, or form. While we're walking around, Dylan, I know particularly you have quite an interest in the engineering behind roller coasters, don't you? As well as riding them.
Yes, absolutely. So the engineering behind the coasters was one of the big driving reasons that helped me push past my anxiety of riding coasters. So I used to, and honestly still do, have a tremendous fear of heights, where if I look over the edge of a tall building, my stomach just flies up to my mouth. And
Me too.
And so it's terrifying. And so whenever I feel like I'm not secured and I'm at a height, that's the most anxiety-inducing thing. So understanding the mechanics of the restraints on a coaster and understanding that there's actually physical locking mechanics that ensure that the restraints aren't going to just pop open in the middle of a ride, like they are unable to do so. Like, it just makes me feel so much more secure knowing that the restraints are actually designed to protect you. And in addition to that, the first time I rode Hagrid's, hopefully not to spoil the ride, but there is a certain element where the track deviates. And so we've had the ride break down at that point. And trying to not spoil it here for anyone that hasn't ridden Hagrid's. And so the first time that the ride broke down at that point, I was concerned that another train would come and crash into us. But then I watched a video about block zones and started to understand that the ride has that safety mechanic in place to ensure that no ride can have more than one train occupying a single block zone. And so that ensures that there won't be any collisions on the ride. So knowing those things really helped me feel more comfortable about riding the biggest and best coasters that every park has to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. I can totally empathize with you on that one, because as you say, obviously tragically we had that incident with the Smiler in the UK, our Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster, and for me, in some ways, this might sound a bit weird, seeing what went wrong but knowing what they put in place afterwards to stop that ever happening again actually made me feel even safer being on that ride, because they'd sadly experienced a worst case scenario, and so I know that would never be able to happen again. And but as you say, understanding how the restraints work, the interlocking, the block sections, and you're right, it does make you feel so much more confident that you are safe. You are so safe,
Absolutely, yeah. You just having trust in the engineering and the technology makes all the difference. The first time I rode Superman, which is a B&M flying coaster, I was afraid that the restraints would just pop open and I would fall down because I wasn't sitting in an actual chair. So the only thing holding me in was the restraint. And so that used to scare me quite a bit, but now I feel totally comfortable on that ride.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously we've got Galactica, or Air as it used to be known, which is a flying coaster, and yeah, it once you go from that seated position to the flying position, you are only held in by those restraints, and but as you say, once you understand how secure they are, you're sort of like, well, actually, they're not going to pop open. It's so many things would have to fail for that to happen that it's just not going to happen.
Exactly.
I know for me, my journey to conquering roller coasters was came around when I stood one day and I thought about COVID. We were in the middle of the COVID pandemic, and I thought to myself, I can walk into a supermarket and I can catch this awful virus and get really, really sick from it, you know. But I'm still prepared to walk into a supermarket because in my mind I still feel safe doing that. But I'm not prepared to get on a roller coaster, which is actually tested every single day for safety. You know, and I won't trust that. And I just thought that's absolutely ludicrous. And once I'd had that, what I call my YOLO moment, that was it. I was like, right, that's it. Off we go. Coaster Hen Lindsay's just commented there that the snow on the over Hogsmeade just looks so out of place in the Florida sunshine.
At nighttime, it looks wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah, I suppose, yeah, at night, it does look great. Hagrid is Coaster Chicken's #1 coaster. He absolutely loves Hagrid.
It is an amazing ride, and we have. I was saying we have a great view of it here. We're behind the coaster, right by where you exit the ride.
Okay.
There's not many places you can get views of Hagrid's without being in the queue or in the exit. So I usually take my photos and videos from here, which is why I don't have many of Hagrid's uploaded because they all look the same.
No, I mean that's a great view there. Look at the throughput on that. It's just it's crazy, isn't it?
Now having
It's amazing how many trains.
The handle, I can extend it out a little further, a little more comfortably.
Wow.
Yeah, Hagrid's runs either 6 or even 12 trains at one time.
Wow. That's insane, isn't it? That's absolutely insane.
It is. And the trains never stop. When you enter the station to board and then to deboard, the trains continue to roll, further increasing their capacity.
Wow.
Yeah, there's so many trains going, and then if they're running all 12, it won't happen, but if they're running, I think it's like somewhere between 8 and 10 or something like that, then you get like a duel happening here. So if there's not a duel happening, then they're running either less trains or more trains.
Wow.
With how busy it is today, I would expect more trains.
Yeah. That is crazy, isn't it? That is crazy. So Dylan, is it more the restraint side of the engineering that you are interested in, or is it the wider engineering as well?
Oh, it's all of it. My background is architectural engineering and civil engineering. So the way that so I love the way that the track is also constructed and the way that's changed over time. If you look at like Magnum XL or the parks at the ride at Cedar Point, like the way that steel used to be used in coasters is very different to how it is used now. And the way trains move, I just love the way that coaster technology has continued to improve over the years, and just the way that rides have just gotten better and better.
Yes.
The use of launches in coasters has gotten better and better over time. So I think that's been really cool too. You like spending half of your riding experience just going up a hill? True. But it makes sense for theme parks. It also further helps improve their capacity by not having lift hills, and it takes up less space on the park.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because some lift hills are ludicrously high, aren't they? And you know, as you say, there's a limit as to, you know, I know obviously there are some vertical lift hills, but I certainly in from what I've seen, the favoured lift hill is the diagonal lift hill. But yeah, as you said, the space that occupies is you know is quite significant. And launches take away the need for that.
Oh, yeah, we won't be grabbing a butterbeer right now. Sorry, y'all.
That reminds me of the other video I saw, actually, Peyton, of your butterbeer tasting test on your channel.
Yeah, that was something I've actually been sitting on for a while in my head, per se. So I tactical brewing is a great beer that I've gone to regularly, and they have butterbeer beer.
Jurassic Park.
Wow.
And they had a Spanish brie butterbeer, and I was like, oh, I actually have
Okay.
this in my fridge right now. I could buy this one, and then since I work around the corner from Universal, I was like, I'll just pop in one day after work, grab a butterbeer, and drive home. But I finally did it. So I showed up, I rode Velocicoaster, had it twice, took a butterbeer, went home, and then filled that butterbeer. Finally, after having these beers in my fridge for like 2 months.
I love the fact there, Peyton, that you were just able to say, on my way home from work, I just thought I'd pop into Universal Islands of Adventures and pick up a butterbeer. That's insane. To somebody in the UK, hearing that is absolutely insane.
I feel spoiled sometimes because I also don't have to go into work until 10:30. And back when Velocicoaster first opened, I was here a lot before work. And I would just go and ride Velocicoaster like 2-3 times.
Yeah.
And then I'd go to work and change into work clothes. And work for
That's
8 to 9
wow.
hours.
Wow. Is the just on a bit of a technical sort of Nick, who is from Walking with the Woods, does the quizzes for the video that I showed a minute ago. Is there do Universal provide Wi-Fi, or are you on a 4G or 5G signal at the moment?
So they prefer Wi-Fi, but it was acting up when we first tried to log in. So I'm just using my 4G right now.
Ah, okay. Because the connection is brilliant. That we've not seen any lagging. There was only a little bit of a breakup as you were coming round. I think it was to Hogsmeade. There was a little bit of a breakup there, but yeah, from a streaming point of view, that's a great internet connection. So
that was one of the deciding factors between here and actually SeaWorld. SeaWorld, I get terrible service and their Wi-Fi is spotty. So I was like, we could have major issues if we went there.
yeah. Well, I think that you've made many people very happy on a Saturday night, getting this like walk around of Universal. I mean, it's beautiful, and I am so grateful to you guys for even suggesting that you would do this. You know, it's just absolutely amazing.
Well, our pleasure today. It's the first for the day. I feel bad because I feel like this is turning into FOMO and
Yes, so FOMO is fear of missing out, but COMO is knowledge of missing out. If you're seeing this, then you know you're missing out on an awesome coaster. So I'm sorry that you guys are getting COMO right now.
We are, but at least we've got the knowledge that we couldn't get there before the park closed tonight. So even if we tried, there's no way we'd be able to get there before that park closed tonight. So that's slightly comforting and a bit of a consolation, I guess.
That's where it heads to the top hat.
Wow.
Yeah. It's hard to say if the first half or the second half is my favorite, but that Mosasaurus roll in the top hat, second half might be my favorite.
The second half is definitely I like the front half more the Raptors, but the second half is really all the second half the skull, you're upside down, or two top tier items.
Yeah, Velocicoaster is also the smoothest coaster of any coaster. The way the train is, you're only 2 seats across, so you have plenty of room for your arms and your legs to swing freely, as opposed to on my favorite coaster, Iron GWAZI, the way the RMC train is, your legs are actually held down by shin guards, and you're right next to the person next to you, and so there's not as much freedom. And so that is one thing that Velocicoaster, I think, has really just set a new standard for comfortability on the train.
Yeah, there's been a lot more work, hasn't there, recently on on more comfortable restraints that still offer the same safety, but yeah, make the whole ride experience just that little bit more pleasurable. You know, you certainly notice on the older rides that that the restraints are quite uncomfortable, shall we say?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were looking at Hope, which is a beautiful coaster, but those B&M coasters with inversions have the over-the-head, the over-the-shoulder restraints, and sometimes I can bang my head into those if it's a really whippy element on a coaster. So I love that velocicoaster has what feels like just a lap bar.
Now, when you're here, can I borrow your cake to ride this ride?
Is that Pteranodon Flyer?
Yes.
James was asking, have you done it before?
No. Right. Yeah, I mean the reward is close to being worth it, but we're just we prefer just to borrow one, you know, for just to get the credit.
I like that. I see. I consider myself lucky in that respect. That I've got, you know, young children, because it means I can get all these kiddie coaster credits and not look out of place. You know, however, I don't think if I didn't have children that it would stop me. I would just be, I'm claiming that credit. I don't care how stupid I look. I'm having that credit.
Oh. That's why you're for most kiddie rides. Like this one, you're literally not allowed to ride outside.
So now we are by Jurassic Park River Adventure.
Oh wow.
Yeah, maybe we'll see a boat go by. That'd be cool. Ride recently got a little bit of cosmetic work done. It's
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the Jurassic World retheme, but honestly, Jurassic, I like that they have both parks, both movie franchises represented. And it's interesting, the Jurassic Park world, since it is our jungle area, it also includes our King Kong ride. So in theory,
so
maybe
they've combined it.
Yeah, so in theory, maybe the Jumanji ride could come here too.
Hands off Jumanji, that's ours.
Come on, there's plenty to go around. You can share.
Are they going to have a
Maybe we'll do a swap.
Swap. Oh, we'll give
swap
you
you
Fast and
Jurassic.
Furious. How about that?
No. We want Velocicoaster. We're not settling for anything less than Velocicoaster.
So they're announcing right now that
they're about to. There it goes.
Wow.
There's River Adventure.
That would be so refreshing on a day like today.
James was asking, do you think they're going to update River Adventure?
Dylan really wants them to. I heard that it was Velocicoaster or an update. And realistically, if we have all of the same rides that they have over in Hollywood, what's the incentive for someone to visit both? So money.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, yeah, I can see. I understand that argument.
Yo, they're getting washed today.
Yeah, I need my charger, by the way.
Okay, I'll get the charger out.
Oh, bless you guys.
Oh, no problem. Yep, we've got battery, portable chargers.
I don't think any self-respecting vlogger ever goes to a park without at least one power bank, portable battery charger.
Oh yeah. Yeah, shout outs to fuel rods.
Yeah, I saw those. I thought, do the park sell those? Because that looked like a really good idea.
They do.
Because I think here in the UK, the best we've got is there are some stations, and I can't even remember what parks have them now because they're not at all parks. And you can go and put your phone in and charge it in like a little locker thing that you pay for. But the problem is then that you're without your phone. So if you vlog on your phone like I do, that's actually no use whatsoever.
What is nice is they have areas where they just have outlets and chairs for you to use. And then the passenger
Yeah.
lounge, they have a bunch of outlets. But they also have the rebrand kiosks. On the go,
Yeah.
VR.
Yeah, absolutely, Jameer. Yeah, as I was just saying, yeah, portable batteries and power banks are an absolute must if you're doing an all-day park park day. I know from my experience that my battery dies very, very quickly, as does my my gimbal stabilizer, which I use now. So yeah, a full power bank is an absolute must for me. And yes, Coaster Chicken, yes, make sure you've got your power bank ready for tomorrow. Coaster Chicken and I are having a little early trip to a little theme park down on the coast tomorrow called Islands of Adventure. It's in a little seaside town called Southend, but it's got a couple of coaster creds there that we've not done before. So we're and it opens through a lot of the winter.
Oh!
If anybody's got any questions for Dylan and Peyton, Adventure Island, that's right, Dave, not Island Adventure, Adventure Island.
We're
please,
at Islands of Adventure.
you're at Islands of Adventure. See, I'm so jealous now. I'm even wishing that that's where I was going tomorrow. But yeah, it's yeah, Esther, Access is one I'm hoping to do tomorrow. It looks absolutely insane. But I'm so looking forward to conquering that one. I really am. I think it's going to be amazing. I've just got to persuade the chicken that he's going to be brave enough to get on it for me. Because you know, I'd much rather do it, you know, 2 of us or 3 of us, because James's wife Lindsay is going to be with us as well. But I don't know how she feels about heights and spinning rides. So yeah, we'll see how she feels about that tomorrow. What's your favourite land, Islands of Adventure?
Oh, well, I mean, my favorite land, the best theming you'll find at Universal is Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley. J.K. Rowling has an attention to detail and a requirement for maintaining full immersion at all times it's on par with Disney. I would say that Disney has the best theming of any park that I've ever been to, but Universal will match that level of detail with their Harry Potter worlds. And so I agree that Hogsmeade is the best world. But that being said, velocicoaster is still my favorite ride to ride at Islands or at any Universal park.
I think, as you say, J.K. Rowling's attention to detail in the books made themed areas very, very easy, I suppose, in some ways, but also probably quite costly to produce. But also, and the same for making of the films, I suppose, that you know, what the prop and set arrangers needed to make the films work was all in the book. It was just about whether they were clever enough and skilled enough to make it happen. But I mean, that area, just walking through Hogsmeade there was just, you know, I felt like I was in Hogsmeade. Apart from the Florida sunshine, I could easily just think, you know, I'm walking through Hogsmeade. Evening, Casey. Thanks for joining. Are you Harry Potter fans? James would like to know.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Yeah. Love the books and movies.
what's really lovely from a British perspective is that we've finally come up with a really big franchise that the world is envious of and wants to recreate and buy into, rather than us buying into other people's sort of themes and stories or franchises. So you know, we're so proud of Harry Potter. Whether you love Harry Potter or hate Harry Potter, you have to be proud of the fact that Harry Potter is British and, you know, and is sought after the world over.
Oh.
It's been one of my favorite things about school, down to even being obsessed with Harry Potter. It was only on YouTube and probably 30 parts.
Yeah.
I love that thing crazy.
Jameer from Park Visions would like to know, what was your first reaction after you got off Velocicoaster for the very first time?
Blown away. Absolutely left breathless. It honestly awoken a love for coasters. I've always enjoyed coasters, but my coaster enthusiasm hit a new level with Velocicoaster. It has caused me to now, for both Payne and I, to really seek out going to new parks, getting new credits, because we realized just what the peak, what the height of coaster excellence could be.
Yeah,
yeah. Same coasters week after week, and so I never really thought of a different theme park having different rides. I thought they just kind of had the same things, just a copy paste. Especially with Six Flags, I thought every Six Flags was going to be the same.
Well, with all the Batman rides you see at Six Flags.
That's almost a Six Flags standard, isn't it? A Batman ride. There has to be a Batman
Everyone's
ride.
got the B&M Batman clone. Oh yeah.
Everyone's got the B&M.
Two Supermans and two Batmans.
Yeah.
Both at Six Flags, and they're the same.
And I also hear that they're not great rides either.
Oh no, Montu at Busch Gardens Tampa is a way better B&M invert than Batman.
And Vance is a better flying coaster.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair enough. James would like to know, what's the best park in Florida in your opinion?
Oh, you are Busch Gardens. Yeah, if you're spending a whole day and you just want to ride different coasters all day long, then Busch Gardens Tampa is the park for you. But if you just want a full experience with each ride, with the theming and the quality of the queue spaces, then Islands of Adventure would be the park for you. Especially also if you like a diversity of experiences, if it's not all about the coasters, if you want different immersive experiences like a Forbidden Journey at Hogsmeade, then Islands of Adventure would be the park I'd recommend. But for us coaster junkies, I agree that Busch Gardens Tampa is the most thrilling park in Florida.
Yeah. Night Dave, thanks for joining. Night Chloe, thanks for joining. Hope to speak to you both again soon. Yeah, Esther, I'm well up for Axis tomorrow. Oh, excuse me, a bit of a frog in the throat there.
Yeah. Yeah, the Islands of Adventure layout is very easy. It's just a circle with a lagoon in the middle. And so we've now just about finished one complete lap of the entire park. We are at the Marvel Superhero Island currently. And after we cross over this bridge, we will be at the port of entry.
Sam, the Coaster Tog, would like to know, what's the quietest month to visit Orlando?
I think it just passed us. I think like February to the very beginning of March is when the holiday traffic is over, but the spring break traffic hasn't begun yet. Everyone is, I think that was probably the quietest time.
Similarly would be the halfway end of August in September as well.
That's
and then once October hits.
Oh yeah, once Halloween Horror Nights hits, it's going to be busy
yes.
through the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But I agree, those two times would be probably the best times. I mean, I hate to say it for like people that only get, you know, summer vacation because of school schedules. But summertime is probably one of the worst times. Same with Christmas time. Some of the busiest times are those end of semester with school timings.
Sometimes you
Yeah.
just have to accept that, and that's where you kind of go, you know, is it worth it to invest in Express, a special hotel, or having a long trip and doing less each day? So you have to kind of start thinking about those things as you make those plans. You're putting your
Yeah, of course.
business
Obviously, in the
lives.
UK, we have the, you know, our busiest times are obviously school holidays, so and weekends in general. Not always, you know, some weekends are quiet, but yeah, you sort of you avoid, if you can, school holidays because they're always going to be a bit crazy. But yeah, wow, that walk around there, guys. Thank you so much for that. That was absolutely amazing.
Of course. I'm trying to get it to stand back up now.
Doing it live. I think, did we increase the volume of it when we... Sorry, I just probably covered the whole camera. Is it on me?
No, that's okay. Don't worry.
Trying to scroll back down so I can get to the settings here. Camera. Alright. Hello.
Hello.
Alrighty. Let me flip this around. Get the charger out of my pocket. I think the AirPods are dying too.
Yes, they are.
Right around.
Bless you.
So we're right back to where we started.
Yeah, back
Wow.
beside Hulk in our little shaded pavilion area, which is super nice. So
Yeah, no, I mean, I say thank you so much for that. That was absolutely amazing. And you know, obviously, you know, I'm supremely jealous, but just what was lovely about that was just getting that guided tour from people who know the park, who are locals to the park. You know, it's different to watching a vlog, and obviously, I mean, that was an interactive guided tour, and that was amazing. You know, but a vlog from somebody who doesn't know the park is obviously very different, and it's clear you guys know that park like the back of your hand, which was beautiful to come around with you, and thank you for sharing that with us because that was just insane. It really was. And for giving us all Como.
Yeah, start using that.
I'm gonna use that word. Yeah, and I think James said he's gonna be using that one as well, because that's definitely a word we like now. FOMO is well used in the UK, but Como, I like that. That's a great one. That's a new addition to my vocabulary. That is. I'm gonna try and get that in the vlog tomorrow. Look out for that one, guys. See if I can get Como in tomorrow's vlog. And if I manage it, I will credit you guys for it.
Oh, thank you.
Definitely credit Dylan. That was his word. He came up with that one.
But
Well, it just makes sense. You know, sometimes.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. You know, sometimes these things just are obvious, aren't they? But they're too obvious that people just don't notice them until obviously somebody like yourself there, Dylan, comes along and you know, and spots it and goes, oh, actually, that's a really good term. I like that. I'm going to use that. And then all of a sudden it's a trend. Maybe you'll start a new trend.
Hey, you know, that'd be pretty cool.
Wouldn't that just? Yeah, that would be ace. Absolutely. But I'm going to let you guys go so you can go and do some rides. It's been absolutely amazing talking to you. I can't thank you enough for the tour, for the absolutely amazing setting that you've provided us with on this dull, cold British Saturday night. You've made us all feel a lot warmer and as I say, slightly jealous, but you know, that's fine. But it's been lovely to talk to you again, and as I say, get to know a little bit more about all the rest of the things that you do and talk about. And we didn't even get really to talk much about Mardi Gras, which is something I wanted to talk a bit more about, but I'll have to get you back again now, you see.
Guess so.
Maybe I'll have to start a completely separate show called Nervous Chat with Longhorn Coasters.
Oh my gosh!
Just
If we come back again, we'll be the third.
that was the third time. Yeah, absolutely. But you know, for me, it's I like bringing people back because we can talk about different things. You know, we haven't talked once about anything that we talked about last time.
Right.
You know, it's been a completely different chat. So, you know, that's you know, that's great because it means we've got to know you guys a little bit better. We now know a bit more about you. And obviously we've seen your home park in the flesh and live, which has been amazing. So yeah, thank you so much for that, and thank you for giving up some of your Saturday and your ride time to do this. It's very much appreciated.
Yeah, happy to do it. It's been a blast. Just like last time, it was great chatting with you again, Darren.
Yeah, and we'll definitely arrange, as I said, another one, and obviously we'll stay in touch. We chat quite frequently, don't we, in group chats, and I like to try and message everybody as often as I can. It's quite difficult sometimes because there's so many people that I always get that guilty feeling of I see somebody's name and go, oh, I haven't messaged you for a while. Crikey, I better get, and then I start messaging that person. But yeah, it's life, isn't it? We can't talk to everybody every day. If I could, I would. Trust me. But yeah, so thank you so much. If you aren't already subscribed to Longhorn Coasters, guys, please, the link for their YouTube channel is in the description for tonight's video, as is their Mardi Gras video, which is their latest video, which they had the privilege to be invited to the opening of Mardi Gras. Also their Instagram account, the link for that is also in the description. So please give them a follow, give them a subscribe, give them some likes. As are the links for all my socials and YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed to me as well, please consider subscribing to me, but definitely subscribe to these guys. Yeah, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your ride time.
Thank you. Enjoy
See you
your ride
later.
tomorrow. See ya.
Thank you. I will. Thank you. Bye. There we go, guys. Longhorn Coasters, and what a treat that was. That trip around Islands of Adventure there was just absolutely amazing, and I totally enjoyed that and love talking to Dylan and Peyton. And as I said, I do talk to them quite regularly on Instagram because they are such lovely people. So if you aren't subscribed to them, please do subscribe to them. Two last things to mention. A quick refresh. Walking with the Woods next quiz, Music of the Noughties, is on the 1st of April, Saturday the 1st of April at 8 p.m. UK time, which will be 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So anybody in the States is watching tonight, please come and join. They're great quizzes. Nick and Claire are great hosts. If you didn't see them on my show Monday just gone, please go and check that out because they were great guests and we had a lovely time. We had a great chat. Even Claire's mum watched the show. I have to get that in. Claire's mum tuned in and watched Nervous Chat. I mean, that's like royalty. Second thing I have to tell you about is there's another Nervous Chat coming. They're coming thick and fast, guys. On Wednesday night, 8 p.m. That's this coming Wednesday, which is the 15th of March. We have got another Nervous Chat, and this time I've got Tom from he owns a company called Brick the Kicker, which the name may not mean much to you guys, but you've probably seen his work before. He is the guy that designs the Lego roller coaster models that many of us own, and he's also based in the Netherlands and is a massive theme park fan himself anyway. He's coming in on Wednesday night for a Nervous Chat, and I've got to say I'm really excited to talk to him. What will be really nice for me is to get somebody based in a country other than the UK or the US in for a chat about their home parks, because his home park is obviously going to be a Dutch park. So I'm really excited about that, and so please, if you can make it Wednesday, I know it's a big ask. This is 3 lives in 10 days, but please, if you can make it, please come and join us. On that note, thank you all for watching. If you are watching the recording, please hit the like button, and thank you for watching on catch up. And thank you everybody that's been in the live audience tonight and for all the interaction and the questions and comments. It's been absolutely fantastic. You guys are what make this show what it is. So thank you so much. And I am going to wish you all a very good night and take care of yourselves. And I'll see you Wednesday at 8 p.m.